Good morning, traders. Welcome to StockCast. My name is Todd Derby, along with my co-host James Mason, where our goal today is to bring you some insights and ideas regarding your daily trading activities in the stock market. As you can see, my screen is Robinhood for a good reason. We're going to talk about that again. James, how are you doing today?
Todd, I am doing well. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
All right, everyone. So currently Dow futures are down 62 points. I'm sorry. They're up 62 points. Huge difference. S&P 500 is up 9 points. And, man, it's kind of hard to really pinpoint what kind of direction we're going to get today in the market. I do feel that it will be bullish, but I'm not confident on how bullish it will potentially be. So there's a couple pieces of news that came out for the market. U.S. weekly first-time jobless claims dropped by 14,000 by the end of July, and then U.S. trade deficit jumped to record levels in June as imports and exports both rose. So just keep those macro events and micro events and whatever events that we get, keep all that in mind because it all plays a big role in everything that we do here.
So you're not, as they say in poker, all in?
No. No. All right. Hold on a second. Hi, beautiful. Hi, baby. Oh, God. I know you got my coffee all over you.
She put a thumb in and then...
Yeah, you stuck your fingers in my coffee.
One of these times when you look over there and say, "Hello, beautiful," I'm expecting Johnny's face to pop up one time.
So she brought me in my frappuccino, whatever it is. But you know how they have like whipped cream on top? Like she had stuck her fingers all in like the chocolate and everything, and it's like all over.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's talk about old Robinhood, taking from the poor and giving to the rich.
Literally, they're living up to their namesake. They IPO'd a week ago. We talked about how they locked up shares for 30 days for their platform members. Today, they come out with a $98 million offering. One week later, they're doing an offering. That's many as F.
Man, it's just amazing how these freaking companies can do this crap. Like you IPO to make money, okay, and then a week later you're doing a secondary offering.
It makes no sense.
Come on, like, good Lord, like, I mean, hell, I don't even know what to say about it. Like, hold on, I gotta look something up real quick. It's just it's unbelievable, like, did they even mention what they were wanting to use that money for?
The only thing I said, they claimed they weren't going to take the money themselves, but I didn't get into the article. I just was shocked that as an offering. I looked at the price, and actually from when it offered, it's bounced 5 points, gone from 60 to 65. So it's just anytime there's an offering of any kind, 1 week afterwards has got to be just crazy.
Like, why? How? Like, what? Like, I mean, good Lord, like, come on. Like, they just freaking IPO'd. Like, it's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, the stock market is a crazy place, as we all know. And a lot of the stuff that you see that happens in the stock market, a lot of that shit you can't do in real life. Like, that would be like getting a mortgage on your house or getting a mortgage for a house and then trying to refinance it a week later. Like, the bank is going to be like, what? No, like, you just got a mortgage for this house. You can't take out a home equity loan. Like, you have no equity here. Like, the world we live in. And unfortunately, Unfortunately, those cards are stacked against us. So let's besides Robinhood, let's talk about some other stuff. Let's talk about ticker ENSC.
Yes.
So guys, this is one to honestly, like, when I say watch out for, not like, hey, buy this up. I'm saying watch out for this one because the bears are going to be coming in here to short this thing down like crazy. So ENSC outstanding shares 24.28 million, the float 9.57 million, short interest as of July 15th, the last update, pretty much nothing, like 5,000 shares. And yeah, so if we look at this daily chart, we can see just this horrendous downtrend. So keep that in mind here for a second. So let's go back to this 5-minute chart. Now, the 5-minute chart, we started having that push up after hours yesterday, and then this brief little push up pre-market. And it's basically due to the news that they released this morning saying that they got a notice of allowance from the U.S. Patent and U.S. Patent and Trademark Office for, I'm not even really sure what for yet. But anytime there's really just a notice of allowance, that's not really a big deal at all. So the reason why I say look out for this, if you're trying to go bullish on this, anytime you have a strong downtrend, just like this, literally just like dying, like going straight down the hill, and then it gaps up, the bears are always going to show up to short that thing back down, and they're going to have the help of all of these people who are bag holding, trying to get out and just break even. So as these things jump up, all these people right here, they're like, oh, crap. Thank God I'm now at break even. I'm getting the hell out of here. And the bears are like, yeah, you know what? You should get the hell out of here. I'll help you carry your bags. And they come in and they short this thing back down. And then, all these people up here who are just like, oh, I was breaking even. I'm good now. And then it starts going down. They're like, oh, crap. And then they start panic selling. And that, that's what's going to happen today. Like, that's why we end up having what we call faders in the market, to where you'll see these strong runs, and then it will just like fade the entire day. And you'll look at the news and be like, wow, that seemed like pretty positive news. Why would it just bleed off like that? Well, that's why. If you look at the daily chart, that gap up, all these people trying to get out. So watch out for ENSC. Just keep that in mind, guys. So let's talk quickly about ticker NAOV. This one was brought up in the chat this morning. So it's making a decent little push up here pre-market, but I'm kind of expecting it to get rejected right in this range. So for the news for this thing, also the news, or at least the news that I've seen so far this morning for this ticker, it's just talking about a CMS reimbursement code for their EuroShield and PainShield Plus. In my opinion, that's not significant news whatsoever. Now, when we look at this daily chart here for NAOV, we did have this strong run up right here. And then it shot back down, it bounced. And then, when it bounced off that 9 EMA, that's when the experienced traders were jumping back in to catch that little bullish bounce. And, they sold off right in here when it started hitting those resistance lines again. Now, what's probably going to happen is this thing just unloads. So I do expect a lot of bears to start setting up in this ticker NAOV. So just watch out, guys. That's not a clean setup at all to really try to go long in it. So let's see, Todd, what do we got going on in the comments?
Not a whole lot. couple of comments are about tickers that are in our alert system, so I don't want to do that. Oh, Brian just hit us up for a $5 tip. Thank you, Brian. Really appreciate that.
I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Let's see. OPGN just announced they are not expanding shares, waiting on FDA approval at the end of the month. What are our thoughts? Let's take a look, Brian. All right, so I'm not sure about their current catalyst that they have going on, but update on the short interest. Last update, 334,000 shares being short. Shares outstanding, 38.2 million. The float, last update for that is 35.9 million. And let's start off on the daily chart. So let me start charting this out really quickly. Okay, so it looks like they have earnings coming up on the 12th of August. And what I would like to see here on the daily chart. And again, this thing is going to have a catalyst or something to get some volume in it. But what I'd like to see here on the daily chart is this physical non-EMA push back above this 240 range right now. It's currently sitting at 241, but yesterday's candle and the day before might really throw those values off. So we do need to see that non-EMA hold above that 240 range. And then hold on a second. Just looking for their last stock split. Okay, 683. Okay, so we want to see this non-EMA hold above 240. With yesterday's candle and the day before, that will be concerning, on if it can hold up above it. Well, so we need to see today and tomorrow to have a decent bullish day for it to maintain that value. Now, if we can hold above that value, say going in maybe to like sometime next week, to where we know, okay, hey, this is starting to stabilize above 240, that potentially could be an area where you just take a smaller position. But again, guys, like keep in mind, like this thing has next to nothing in volume. So we'll absolutely need some kind of like news catalyst, anything to honestly bring money in, bring people in here. Now, if we can start breaking above this 260 range, that's when we should start experiencing a decent, parabolic, well, not parabolic, but a decent bullish breakout. And I would probably have to say that around that $3 to $3.10, $3.12 range, we could probably experience getting to that area rather easy. But we are going to get some strong resistance around that 310 to 312 range. If we would break above that without a catalyst, then, I would definitely move my stop loss up to around 280 and then just kind of like let it have some room to see if it can run. Because if it does run, we potentially could come up here to this mid $4 range and test those areas. Now, without a catalyst, I don't see this going above, really that $4.50 range. So right now, we'll just have to play it by ear. And again, I'm talking all those future numbers just out of speculation. Now, if we did have a solid catalyst, and and I don't really know what the catalyst is on this at the moment, then that all changes. Then that mid $4 range becomes the potential target. With for me, my overall target price would be around that $7.36 range, and I'm just basing it off of this non-EMA back here where it goes up. So that's what I see at the moment for OPGN. And the first step for this is to watch this and make sure that it can hold up above 240, at least for the remainder of this week.
Brian says that there is an FDA meeting on August 27th.
Interesting. So that will definitely be worth looking into to kind of see what they have going on and where they're at with the likelihood of that. But other than that, Todd, that is all I have for this morning. Do you have anything?
No, and we're less than 6 minutes to the start of the market. So I was watching ENSC as you and I talked pre-market, but I'm going to be watching for a possible short play for that one today. But it's a small day for me.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Just remember, trade safe, trade smart, and move them stop losses up, especially when you're in profit. So other than that, we will see y'all in the next one.
Have a good one.